NFL jointly invites 14 former Alabama high school stars. 14 former Alabama high school standouts have been invited to the 2022 NFL Scouting Combine. The former prep stars selected for the pre-draft showcase include times Alabama defensive back Jayln Armour-Davis, times LSU defensive lineman Neil Farrell Jr, times LSU cornerback Cordale Flott, times Tennessee wide receiver Velus Jones Jr, times Auburn cornerback Roger McCreary, times Florida linebacker Jeremiah Moon, times Georgia wide receiver George Pickens, times Alabama defensive lineman LaBryan Ray, times Alabama running back Brian Robinson Jr, times Clemson wide receiver Justyn Ross, times Nebraska defensive back Cam Taylor-Britt, times South Alabama wide receiver Jaylen Tolbert, times Ole Miss defensive lineman Sam Williams, times UAB defensive lineman Alex Wright. On Wednesday, the NFL released the list of 324 players invited to the NFL Scouting Combine, which will be held at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis on March 1st to 6th. Players will be on the field on March 3rd to 6th. In addition to Armour-Davis, Ray and Robinson, 8 other Alabama players received invitations. Times linebacker Christopher Allen, times wide receiver Shane Bolden, times linebacker Christian Harris, times defensive back Joshua Jobe, times defensive lineman Phidarian Mathis, times wide receiver John Metchie, times offensive tackle Evan Neal, times wide receiver Jameson Williams. In addition to McCreary, 2 other Auburn players received invitations. Times linebacker Zakoby McClain, times safety Smoke Monday. The players from Alabama and Auburn are part of the 82-player contingent invited from the SEC. Players from the conference make up 25% of the NFL Scouting Combine invitations. The NFL Draft is scheduled for April 28th to 30th in Las Vegas. For more of Vol.com's coverage of the NFL, go to our NFL page. Mark Anabanet is a sports reporter for Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter @AMarkG1.